Do you feel frustration when your kids aren't listening to you, or is it really actually shame? If so, then this tapping is for you. So, welcome to Don't Make Me Tap Again. I'm your host, Angie Grant. And last night I was hosting a local workshop in Janesville, Wisconsin called Regulated Parenting. And one of the things that came up, we were talking about parenting triggers. And one of the things that came up is several of the parents were saying that it drives them nuts when their kids don't listen. They ask them to do something and their kids just ignore them. They don't listen. And at first, the parents were saying, well, it causes me frustration or even anger. So we tapped on that. We tapped on anger around our kids not listening. And then something really interesting happened that several of the parents said, what's really coming up for me now isn't anger. It isn't frustration. It's actually shame. It's shame that my kids won't listen to me. Like I don't matter enough for my kids to listen. Let that sink in for a minute. Sometimes when we're reacting in a certain way, we're reacting what looks to be anger, what the underlying feeling can be something so different. So I wanted to pop in here today. We were limited in time in the workshop, so we didn't tap on the shame, but I wanted to bring that here with you for a couple of reasons. One, so I can share it with the workshop participants. I think that this will be powerful in their parenting journey, but I also know that this is a common parenting experience. So I wanted to share it with you. So if you feel shame or questioning your value as a parent when your kids aren't listening to you, then I invite you to tap along. This, of course, isn't a replacement for any type of medical treatment. Consult with your doctor if you have something medical going on. But I hope that you find this tapping sequence powerful for you. So before we get into tapping, I want you to just take a second, think about that last time that your child didn't listen to you. Maybe it was something small, like you asked them to grab their lunch on the way out to school, or maybe it was something bigger, like you had a plan and you had the system, a reward system that you were going to take them to the movies over the weekend if they could keep their room cleaned and they didn't do it. Or maybe it's in more relational things where you're asking them about their day and they just don't answer you. Whatever that moment is, that last time that you felt really triggered, and maybe you became angry, maybe you yelled or reacted in some way that you didn't like, I want you to take that moment in your mind and think about it. Just notice what you're feeling in your body. Notice where it's landing. Notice what it feels like. And I also want you to give yourself a score. On a scale of 1 to 10, let's go this way. 1 being you're at peace, you're at calm, it's not bothering you. And 10 being that it's a big problem. So 1, not really a problem. 10, it's a big problem. And give yourself a score on the scale of 1 to 10, and then let's get to tapping. All you have to do is follow along with my actions and my words, and we'll see if you notice any shifts or changes in your body or in your feeling of shame as it relates to your kids not listening. So here we go. Even though I feel shame when my kids don't listen to me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though it's frustrating when they don't listen to me and it makes me feel like a bad parent, I accept their responses. Even though I can get angry, but really underneath, I'm feeling shame that maybe I don't matter to them. I accept how I feel about their responses. All right, stop tapping, take a nice deep breath. All right. I feel shame inside the eyebrow. I feel shame on the temple. It's like I don't matter. Under the eye, I feel invisible with my kids. Under the nose, I feel shame. attention, and I feel like I don't matter. Maybe I'm screwing up this parenting thing because they won't even listen to me. Still feeling shame, parenting shame. Feel shame in my body, shame in my body. Wherever I feel it, it feels gross. And then I explode with anger and frustration. Shame in my body, shame when they don't listen. What if, when my kids don't listen, I could feel a little peace? I can imagine feeling some peace as my kids aren't listening and reminding myself they're just kids. And I can be curious about why they're not listening. Maybe they're busy focusing on something. Maybe my kids are overwhelmed. What if their listening is not a reflection of me or my value at all? What if they are listening? They just aren't responding. What if my kids think I'm the greatest thing in the world and they're just exerting their own power? What if I could let some of that shame go? Breathe in some peace and breathe out some of that shame. I can imagine feeling peace in my body as my kids aren't listening to me. When I'm holding peace, I respond to them without frustration, and it feels good. I can let some of that shame go and trust that I matter because I deeply and completely love and accept myself. All right, take a nice deep breath. So I'm so curious. Has your score changed at all? Has anything shifted in your body? Take that moment again to really notice your body. Notice, think about that last time that your kids weren't listening to you. When you think about it, is it still feeling the same? Would you still give it the same score? I hope for you that you were able to let go some of that shame. And I hope for your relationship with your kiddos that you're able to continue to rewire that programming in your brain, that your kids' behaviors or lack of behavior is triggering a sense of shame in you, which is a fear response, a fear of maybe being unlovable or being unvaluable, right? So I hope for you that you started to rewire that programming in your brain just a little bit. And if you're ready for more personalized support, this is the work that I do. I help parents to rewire programming that has been held true in your nervous system, maybe your whole life. I find EFT tapping to be so powerful. So until next time, just keep tapping. Put this one on repeat if you found it helpful at all. Keep tapping until you can really get that score down to a level that feels good to you.